What's up, everyone? It's Bryan from the Exact IT Solutions YouTube channel. Welcome to another video where we talk about pretty much anything around cybersecurity that I feel like talking about. And today I'm going to talk about these QNAP devices, these NAS devices that people love to use. And we run into these all the time, and they are, a lot of times a security nightmare. And we got a story here about a series of QNAP NAS devices that are being hit in a surge of EchoRax ransomware attacks. So what the heck is EchoRax ransomware attacks? But if you own a QNAP, I'm going to explain that. And if you own a QNAP device, NAS device, you're going to want to watch this video. So remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll get right into it right now. All right, again, our friends at Bleeping Computer are all over this one. QNAP devices hitting a surge of EchoRax ransomware. Story from December 27th. The hits just keep on coming here at the end of 2021, heading into 2022. And it says users of QNAP network attached storage devices are reporting attacks on their systems with the EchoRax ransomware, also known as QNAPCrypt. And what this basically does, anybody who has these devices exposed or can get these devices, somebody can get access to them. They can basically nail you with ransomware and encrypt all your files. So the threat actor behind this particular malware intensified their activity a week before Christmas, taking control of the devices with administrator privileges. Goes on to say that Bleeping Computer Forum users managing QNAP and Synology NAS systems have been regularly reporting EchoRax ransomware attacks, but more of them started to disclose incidents around December 20th. The jump in the number of attacks is confirmed by the ID ransomware service, where submissions started to increase on December 19th and subsided towards December 26th. They're really not sure, and this is the scary part here, guys. The initial infection vector remains unclear at the moment, and some users admit they were reckless and did not secure the device properly. Others claim a vulnerability in QNAP's photo station allowed the attackers to wreak havoc. So we don't really know what happened here. We're seeing some things in the forum where it says, yes, I know I'm a total idiot for leaving that open to this type of hack, but I didn't take any of that seriously. I always thought no one wanted the little guy, and I will be the first to say I was wrong. Wow. If anybody thinks that, here you go with a guy who thought he could just leave his device open and nobody would mess with them, and he got hit. So hopefully you don't think the way that this person did, because these cyber criminals, they don't care. Regardless of the attack path, it appears that the EchoRax ransomware actor creates a user in the administrator group, which allows them to encrypt all the files on the NAS system. QNAP users, some of them using the NAS device for business purposes, reported on the Bleeping Computer Forum that the malware encrypted the pictures and documents. Apart from the spike in the number of attacks, what stands out in this campaign is that the actor mistyped the extension for the ransom note and used TXTT, which might cause a problem if people who aren't computer savvy to be able to open that file to read how to contact the criminal, so the criminal can get paid. No, but while it says it does not prevent viewing the instructions, it may create a problem for some users who will have to point the operating system to open a file with Notepad or load it in that program. Bleeping Computer has seen the EchoRax ransom demands ranging from $1,200 to $3,000 during these recent attacks. Some users had no backup options and had to pay the threat actor to recover the files. So what I wanted to point out here is like this stuff, and I explain to people all the time, is still happening, where people, the ransomware attacks Sometimes they're in the millions with the big groups when it takes, you know, someone with a lot of skill or somebody who's really persistent to get into a big company and hit them with ransomware and ask for millions of dollars. But there's still things like this happening on an individual level where your family photos and things like that get encrypted, and they're asking you for, you know, $1,000, $1,200. You know, sometimes $3,000 if they got a lot of files, and or maybe they know that you're somebody with a little bit of money. You know, these things are still happening too, and this is evidence of it, right? So shows you an order page, and it's important to note that there's a free decryptor for files locked with an older version of the eTrax ransomware. But right now there's no solution to decrypt the data locks for the ransomware version 1.5 and 1.6, which that was created roughly after July of 2019. The attacks with the eTrax QNAPCrypt started around June of 2019, and they have been a constant threat ever since. QNAP earlier this year alerted the users of a flurry of these attacks going on, targeting devices with weak passwords, and users should always follow QNAP's recommendations to ensure proper protection of their NAS device. Mainly, change your usernames, change your passwords, regularly change your passwords, and really, if you don't need to have your QNAP device exposed to the internet, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just make sure if you're able to access this thing from your phone or from some other way, it is exposed to the internet. So just understand that when you use these devices, don't think you're too little, and don't think that you shouldn't secure these with secure usernames and passwords, and changing things from the default, or changing things you know, from, you know, a simple password that you can remember in your head to something that's more stringent, more letters and characters, and randomized. You know, 19 characters with random letters and numbers and special characters, you know, is kind of the way to go. And use a password manager, and then you should be safe. And always two-factor everything you can do. So I'm going to drop a link to these QNAP recommendations in the description of this video. But QNAP NAS people, Synology NAS people, take warning. You need to secure these devices because cyber criminals are actively looking for them and actively targeting them, and encrypting everything that they can get their hands on once they get their hands on inside and on your boxes that you're either leaving exposed to the internet, or you're just not using strong enough usernames and passwords. So take heed, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.